Hi, and welcome back to E30 Journey, episode 4. In episode 3, we had all kinds of stuff going on. The car wasn't running. I broke my cluster tabs. I did all kinds of stuff. So, quick rundown on that. We unboxed a lot of stuff, new pieces for the car. We kind of refurbed some things, the ashtray, even the screws to the kick panel and things like that, and got new ones. Put in a new 12 volt because I broke the old one on the way back from California. I scared myself because the car went dead, and as that turned out to be, I'll skip to the solution on that. The ignition switch was loose, not necessarily faulty, but if you turn the key just right, it would kind of knock it out, and obviously now you don't have any kind of ability to turn on the car. So that turned out to be not the ECU, thank God. I replaced all the bulbs in the cluster. Because I broke the cluster tabs, I did the cluster tabs with the race German replacements, which are great. Go back and see that video. If you wanted the shorter version of it, you can actually kind of watch. I think it's around 26 minutes in the episode 3 of going through that, or there's the long version I put up there of just my install and my journey through it. But I got to the point where between an oil leak that was persistent, some things going on, the steering rack that I wasn't sure what was going on, the ignition issue, obviously, I took it to my shop. And the good news is all that got fixed. We actually got a new ignition switch, so the one that's a little, that has a kind of a broken tab, went into this good/spare box. I had the brake booster replaced. I got a new rack because the rack seal was leaking, so that was replaced under warranty, which was great. I got the oil pan leveled, so the leak actually there was a little bit of a scrape in the mating surface on the oil pan, the billet oil pan, which is so cool. That oil pan takes the capacity of the engine to 9 liters of oil. So I did an AMSOIL oil change at the same time. Very excited about that. Got some nice thick oil that motor loves. We replaced the rack. We replaced the hazard switch, which was part of the issues with the brake lights that were going on. We adjusted the ride height, or I did actually, all the way up, which is still pretty low. It still scrapes my driveway just a little bit. I'm killing poor Mike's great work, or scraping it anyway, not killing it. I actually replaced all the lug nuts, because when it had wheels on it that had spacers, the 2 front wheels I think had 5 millimeter longer lugs. So I just got a nice new set of 16 black BMW lugs. I got a nice car cover. I got some keys made, including a real spade key, which is back here. So tons of stuff. So as I've been driving the car, and I've driven it a ton, and I'm sorry I don't have lots, I'll just show you some pictures here. So I took the car to Southeast Shark Fest because my Shark had a morning of issue, and I didn't trust it. Didn't want to push it, and so I hopped in the E30 and had a blast. And actually, one of my buddies, who has the coolest E9 I've ever heard of, actually has been in Mike's shop. His brother has a shop very close to Mike's, and so he actually saw the StanceWorks on the license plate ring and said, "Hey, what do I know about StanceWorks?" Bizarre. We were at breakfast, and he told me all kinds of cool stories. That's the beauty of the BMW world and lots of car communities, is you just find out what a small world it is. So had a good time at Sharkfest. Actually let that guy drive the E30 to the show area, and I got to drive a beautiful OD9. And my son went also, which was a good time. So I've been driving the car around. I'm calling it fun in a can. The name Scooter is my family has kind of adopted it way ahead of me, which is, I think, a little bit funny. So I think the car is going to be called Scooter. I don't remember if I've told that story. One of my fraternity brothers in college had a car, an MR2 turbo, and he kept just cackling and saying, "Oh, it scoots," every time the turbo came on the power grid. And that's what the E30 feels like. It's just fun, and I've been having a blast in it. But I have discovered a few things while driving around. First of all, I'd asked Mike about the door seals during the purchase process. He checked it out and was gracious enough to put brand new door, both sides, and rear window, meaning not the back glass, but the side behind the door glass, new rubber in the box. I mean, he didn't even ask, didn't say anything, just bought brand new BMW OE stuff. However, I think I'm going to try to do something a little bit different first. So I'm going to get to some of the purchases here. We're going to unbox a few things here for real quick, because on top of everything else, I'm moving. This may be the last episode I shoot in this garage, so we'll have to see how that works out. Probably for episode 5 when some of the stuff will actually go in, but who knows when. So I bought some door seals off eBay from Germany. And these have the nice cut at the bottom, the join that's kind of the weak spot for a lot of aftermarket door seals. I'm going to see how these are, and I'm going to preserve them. Preserve the OE, I should say. The reason why is I'm kind of kicking around the idea of when I paint this car, maybe that's the better time to install the brand new OEM BMW door seals. I don't know when that paint would happen. It may be a little while, but I'd rather have those kind of staying nice and see how these aftermarket ones, they weren't that expensive, and it seemed like a good thing to do. I also got a trunk seal, rear light seals. I got a radio, because one thing I've noticed as a daily, like my Shark, I don't mind not having much of a radio in my Shark, but I really do like having local radio in my daily driver, which is what this is, if you can believe it. So got a radio. We've got some things going on with a quote anyway on just repairing or sort of replacing that little rust hole by the battery tray. And because the battery in the car is really not set up for the factory shape, the one that's in there is bigger. It doesn't work with little tie downs and all that, as I think you probably saw in the video, episode 3. I'm probably going to get a battery. So with no further ado, let's open some boxes. All right, I've switched to my phone here for a minute, and hopefully this is all right. And I didn't want to pre-open any of these boxes. It's a little hard to film and open, but I wanted you to discover these with me. So these are the door seals, and there's kind of a low opinion in the world about door seals. So let's get out of here. So I don't know if these are made in Germany, but the company is German, and like I said, what you can kind of see, the key aspect is this little guy right here. It's got a pre-cut join for the corner at the bottom of the door, and apparently is where a lot of these guys fail. So material feels nice and soft, and my plan is to put these in because I'll show you a quick picture here of the existing driver's door seal. Not so bad here, but pretty terrible here, and all the rest of the way down. So yeah, it's pretty bad. Wind noise, I think at least a little bit maybe, but not too bad. The trunk definitely has some kind of leak in it, hence something I think that's in these other boxes. And it's kind of funny, it's two hardnesses of rubber in here. So back here, this, which is what goes along the door frame, is really nice and hard. There looks to be a plastic rib to it, and then the door seals themselves feel nice and soft. So kind of looking forward to the updated door seals, and hopefully it'll give back a little to the community on how well they work. I mean, I'm not expecting OEM performance. They're a fraction of the cost of the OEM, and that may be good enough for me. So if I'm honest, I've kind of forgotten what I ordered from CA Tuned. Let me cut the box and we'll open it together. All right, so box cut. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, this looks like it's going to be, and I do believe it is, yeah, the trunk seal, which is great. I don't know, I haven't heard a lot of people say much one way or another about the aftermarket versions of these. I don't think it lives quite as hard a life as the door seal, but I couldn't find any information out there, so I am your guinea pig. All right, so one last box that is pre-cut but not opened. So, and this is the one I'm kind of excited about, I think. Oh, this is the taillight gasket. I didn't know it was OE. That's cool. Okay, so there's a cutout, foam cutout here. And these are apparently, so they were on sale, so I bought them. And there's a early E30 and later E30, but Race German had a sale and I bought some, and wow. Now I'm extremely excited about my new, because the long story short, on the trip home from California, I found water in the trunk. We had a couple rainstorms, and I don't know if it came from the trunk seal or the lights, really the only two things that could be, so I'm replacing both. This is the wiring harness for this, which I'm going to save for last. Is that the only other thing? Maybe it is. Okay, so the only other thing I got, I thought there was maybe one more thing, is the Continental radio. So I literally have not turned on the radio that's in the car. It doesn't work very well, and that's fine. It's not a very good one, and I want, German orange glow. This is more of an Audi or a Porsche color, I think, than the BMW for sure. Lighter, but I can deal with that. And then this, hypothetically, is the kind of pre-stripped for the solder joints. I got the little things you can buy on eBay that are heat shrink solder units. So hopefully this will be simpler. I've seen some YouTube videos out there on that install, and to be quite honest, some of them are more helpful than others. So that's it. The other thing that's fun for the radio that I value is it'll hook up my Bluetooth to my phone. So I think I'll leave all that in the name of not losing it. We'll put this in there, and hopefully all that fun stuff stays together. And again, we'll probably try to achieve all this. We're going to try to achieve all this in episode 5. So that's it. Sorry it's a very short one. You probably prefer short ones, but it's all low, as all of these have been so far on actual E30 content. I'll try to give you a quick, what it sounds like when you're running a little clip here. I'm super enjoying the car. There'll be more to come. I'll try to get much more actual stuff on installing these things, and sort of the general what's going on with the car. But boy, it's been fun, and it definitely has been an E30 journey, to be sure. So we'll catch you in episode 5. Please like and subscribe. I don't think this is going to be a channel for sure, but I will publish new content as I can, and hopefully it'll be a little more than just me talking. But and anyway, till then, see ya.